So you told us a little bit about how you went from a ServLife volunteer and to executive director, but tell us more about that. What was God doing in your life that led you to give up what you were doing career-wise and launch this as your career full-time?
So I was a worship pastor and loved my job. Great job, growing church, young, vibrant church, and we got to the point where we had 4 services over 3 sites. I was overseeing a team of 100 volunteers with the worship team, and just really enjoyed it and loved what I did. But God took me to the minor prophets, and I'm reading in Micah and Amos, and God's saying, if I don't really care about your large assemblies, I don't care about your songs that you're singing on Sunday, if you are not living a life of justice. And so the songs that I was leading on Sunday didn't mean much if I wasn't living out a life of justice on Monday. And that was convicting for me as the worship leader, because I wasn't really doing that. I was living an easy, comfortable life and wasn't really engaged much in any kind of justice. And so I felt like I need to do more. So I joined the missions team at church, and I started going on missions trips. And God began opening my eyes to see things that I had never seen before, and ways that His kingdom was coming in our world that I had not been exposed to before, and levels of poverty that I had not been exposed to before. And my pastor at the time was really great at not trying to guilt people into anything, but rather open their eyes to see opportunities to engage in God's kingdom where God was at work. And it became this organic thing where I got more and more involved, and it got to the point where they even offered me a job to do it full time. And I was like, yeah, like this is my dream job, to do even more of this and go on more trips and help raise money that's going to help so many people in these countries. And so that's really just how it unfolded in my life. And it doesn't have to unfold that way for you, but it does need to unfold. And so where is God tugging at your heart? Where is He prompting you to lean in and to engage and to explore, to figure out where you're going to leave a legacy and where you're going to invest your kingdom dollars locally and regionally and globally to make an impact for His kingdom? So Brian, let me ask you about your family's engagement with ServLife and the children's ministry, because it's increased over the years. And so can you talk about how it started and how you've deepened your engagement over the years?
Yeah, I think as I recall, it all began several years ago, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years ago now. And Rachel Moss, who's on staff with ServLife and is also part of Wise House Oil, she came to us and asked, she just said, hey, would you be willing to start partnering with ServLife? And the initial pitch was for us to sponsor some children. So that's what we started with. Was you guys have a great child sponsorship program where it's different than so many of the other ones out there because of ServLife isn't this massive institutionalized organization, right? It's like those kids and have personal knowledge of them, and when you go and visit them, like you bring letters over, and so we just have really enjoyed being a part of that child sponsorship and getting to send letters over to our kids, and our kids write letters back and forth to them, and so then the opportunity that grew into the opportunity for Jody and Asher to go to Nepal with you about 2 years ago, and they got to meet the sponsor kids and actually got to help open letters for some of the other people on our Wise House Oils team that were also sponsoring kids. Mm-hmm. Jody told me this great story of a good friend of hers that had written a letter to her sponsor kid, and unknowingly Jody's sitting down with this sponsor kid, not knowing who their sponsor was, but she was supposed to help open the letters and read them to the kids and all that, and she opens the letter and it's from one of her good friends here. And so that's what we love about it, is it's just the intimacy of this organization, where you can really, really have the opportunity to get to know your sponsor kids and engage with them and feel like you're really making a difference in that kid's life. And so that's why we've partnered with ServLife over the years on that child sponsorship program.
Yeah. And we just launched this fundraising campaign that runs through the end of October. And we have matching sponsors that have provided $50,000 matching money. So all donations that are given through the end of October will be matched up to $50,000. And so we're really hoping to raise at least $100,000 by the end of October.
So we would like to come alongside with that as a team, as part of Wise House Oils, and contribute to that. So it's a pretty sweet deal that somebody can give money and it gets matched dollar for dollar. We'd like to make that even better by Jody and I personally matching any gift that somebody on the Wise House Oils team gives already. So essentially, if somebody gives, let's say one of you give $100, that's going to get matched by Jody and I for an extra $100, and then those two gifts will get matched by somebody else, right? So basically, they can turn their money into 4 times the amount of their donation, right? So this is a great opportunity to really leverage your money for a big impact in the kingdom of God. Right? So I just would encourage all of you to consider this. If you are interested in helping people, this is a great opportunity to leverage your money to help people in Nepal and help this children's home get off the ground. We would love your support trying to raise this money by the end of October so we can meet the deadline for those matching funds that are available then, and so that we can get the building started and get the ground broken before the end of the year. So I'll post a link down below where you guys can go to contribute to the project. And if you have any questions, you're always free to reach out to Jody and I, free to reach out to Adam. He's a member of Who's Got an Oil for That, so you can find him in there and friend him on Facebook and like ServLife on all that kind of stuff. Do all those things. I'll provide links below where you can do all that and be a part of the story and be a part of bringing about the successful completion of this children's home.